Be there. You gotta know that. Yet to solve it. Hey, super duper real.
Yunny, alongside Never Day, dropping it down for the body girl. Tuff Tumas got it on. I am one of the man in the city town. Give me attention. You stir it up a left and a right combination. You want it on the body, rock a body, shake it. One drop like kerosene fire. Sound just a pumping, everybody moving to the top. Freedom, you got adrenaline rushing crazy, running, taking over the system. Yeah, everybody move a left, everybody move a right. Yeah, north and south, east and west. Tuff Tumas, dropping it down. Boom, you got it. I'm going on. We got it. I'm going on. So everybody get around, come around, unite, and we be burning it up till the morning. Balabuli, Apunamo, Bewala, Apunamo. One bell na looking, ting, Torobo, you go come him now, you tell him. You walk him, Ori, looking, Ori. One ninja pop up, Pacifica, dropping it down for the floor. One
Pacifical
ninja.
music, come and dip on the floor. Tuff Tumas music, give you some more. Tune up the woofer, close all the door. One bag of blast like a band, like a floor.
Good evening, Papua New Guinea, and welcome to another episode of Rendez-Vous with Leanne. I'm your host, Leanne, and tonight on the show we have a very special, talented guest, international music producer, Tuff Tumas. Welcome to the show, Tuff. How are you?
Hey, Leanne. How you doing?
I'm fine. So, listen, this is your second time to Papua New Guinea. How are you liking it?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love Papua New Guinea. It's a little bit like home for me. I'm from Vanuatu, so yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your upbringing. I mean, you're from Vanuatu, you're based in Brisbane.
Yeah, I'm not actually near Vanuatu, so I'm not from Vanuatu as in born there, but I grew up there. So I did all my schooling and everything, and in recent times I've been based in Brisbane.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So, Tuff Tumas, that's not really your name, you weren't born with that. Tell us a little bit
It's
about
not my name, no. Basically, it started in around 2005. I started a mixtape project in Vanuatu, and I just needed a name for it. And me and some friends came up with Tuff Tumas, and since then it's sort of become a massive slang in Vanuatu, so everyone just uses it every day.
Yeah. So do you think you coined Tuff Tumas, or was it already there, or you just made it popular?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was really only just a handful of us that were using it. I wouldn't say I coined it, but definitely initially it was unique, and that's why we used it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So tell us a little bit about. I mean, you said you were raised in Vanuatu, went over to Australia. What are you doing in Australia? You know, how'd you get into music? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, basically, I was in Vanuatu from when I was 4. And yeah, so my family always had a lot to do with music. They loved music, and I got that love from a young age. And then I was surrounded by some pretty interesting people. So when I'd only just reached Vanuatu, around the same time, the Black Brothers had been pretty much had to leave Holland and had arrived in Vanuatu. If you don't know who the Black Brothers are, they were a famous West Papuan band that at that time was sort of trying to find where they could fit in because they were refugees too. Yeah, so they were my neighbours, and my mother is Dutch, and the Black Brothers had lived in Holland. So yeah, it was basically Black Brothers having coffee with my mom and stuff, and I was small and surrounded by their music, and they, to be honest, like the Black Brothers are like my first, I don't know, the first band that really got me into that island music. Yeah, so yeah, I did a little bit of production and DJing, but not seriously. It wasn't until I went to Australia that I got quite serious into it and started doing remixes for some island artists like Ocean and the like, and it grew from there. So here I am today.
Okay. So what would you term or define your genre as? Island music, reggae?
Yeah, I definitely started out. I was DJing a lot of reggae gigs and involved in the reggae scene. So I was dealing with a lot of Jamaican artists and that fan base. But because my roots is more Melanesia, I just sort of kept going, like getting drawn towards that. And I still do a bit of reggae in that because we love reggae and dancehall and everything in the islands. But yeah, for me, I'm all about island music now.
Okay. Right. So I mean, you're just like Jagarizzar. I mean, Tuff Tumas Records. I mean, tell us a little bit about Tuff Tumas Records. I mean, you're obviously ambassadors around the Pacific of Melanesian music. Tell us a bit about that. How did it start up?
Yeah, well, basically, I was going under a different name as a DJ. When it came to production, I had to sort of mix it up, so I went with the Tuff Tumas name that I'd used in my old mixtapes. And so from there, Tuff Tumas was more a label than as in me. But people just attached it to me, and I became known as Tuff Tumas. So I ended up using that. But yeah, as a small label, I just started the label. I connected with Jagga in Australia. Jagarizzar had lived in Australia for a number of years already, and wasn't doing like a whole lot in the music sort of industry at the time. And I contacted him and said, you know, do you want to come and meet up, and because I'm doing an Ocean concert. So I was organising some stuff with Ocean in Brisbane, and I said, Jagga, come and MC for me. So we just caught up, and it was one of those real no planning or whatever. He like rocked up on the night. I was already on stage. We hadn't even met properly, and he just walked up on stage and joined me.
Okay.
So that's how I sort of like started with Jagarizzar.
Well, that's sort of like the island way, though. There's no formal introduction.
That's it, yeah. Island time, just rock up, get into it, let's do this. And yeah, it went really good.
Okay.
So since then, I have spent a lot of time with Jagarizzar and with a few other young Melanesian artists. I always work a bit with artists back home in Vanuatu. So over here, you don't hear of it so much, but yeah, I sort of try to keep in contact and try and do a bit of work with them, because that's my roots.
Okay, so you're pretty big in Queensland, Brisbane, that scene, the Melanesian scene over there. I mean, and then you come into, as you said, it's not that big here in PNG or Vanuatu, and you come back here, and then what's the feeling like? What do you get when you come here and they see obviously someone that's not Pacific Island looking, and is there any prejudice, or how is that like?
No, I think everyone's awesome. Like everyone's really receptive to me, and I love coming to PNG because I've got a fan base here that I don't get to have much to do with. I don't get to see them, and when I'm here, everyone's welcoming. The Melanesian community in Queensland is awesome. It's quite large, and in Brisbane, like whenever we do events, all the community comes out, all the uni students. We do massive shows, so. Most shows that we do in Brisbane, like the ones that I organise as Tuff Tumas, we always have like 500 plus Melanesian people come to enjoy the night, and no one else does it. So for them it's special because they come out, they get to see all these other Melanesians, enjoy all the music from here. They love it, so it's really good.
I can attest for that, doing my uni over there, and whenever we'd have Tuff Tumas, we'd have, host Melanesian nights, we'd rock up with our friends and all that. And I mean, as I said, you, Tuff Tumas, Jagarizzar, young Yunny, you guys were basically the face of Melanesian music in Australia. So, I mean, what do you think of Melanesian music, island music in general? What do you think of how far it's progressed?
For me, I feel it's progressing quite rapidly because there was a bit of a thing where there wasn't a lot of recognition for Melanesian artists, and it was always more the Polynesian artists that would be in the limelight internationally or in Australia and so forth. But even through little things like doing shows in Brisbane, it's made people more aware. They're like, oh, look at that, look at all those people, what are they going to? That event looks cool. People go there, they love the music. So it's getting that crossover now into the Polynesian community, and I think people like Jagga in particular, he's reaching out into like the New Zealand market, and he's doing collaborations and getting involved with these artists, and that can only make everyone stronger, because Pacific music is massive, but PNG is like the biggest place. And I think it needs more recognition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Tuff Tumas's projects, both the past ones and present.
Yeah, well, we've done a lot of, obviously we've made a lot of music. We made a lot of music, maybe not a lot that's well known here, but we've been putting out music probably since 2008, and also doing tours and so forth. And you know, I've done a bit of work with Jamaican artists. It's more pushed to the side now, just because, you know, my focus is Melanesia. This is my backyard. This is my home. But so currently, we just released a project recently called Only Love Rhythm. Now, Only Love Rhythm is a song that we've released through Tuff Tumas, but it's not actually my production. It's a song that we've done with a DJ from Solomon Islands called DJ Liams, who's really well known from his work with DMP and stuff. So me and Liams are good mates, and we connected, and I'm helping him to get his music out as well. So basically, he worked on the music, and then we sort of collaborated a little on the ideas, and once we got it all polished, I connected through my networks with all the artists. So we ended up with 7 artists on it. So, you know, we're privileged to have Ocean on it, and we had 2 Jamaican artists, Turbulence and Conqueror, that were both really helpful and jumped on it. We've got Ria, who's quite popular here now, from New Zealand. And then we also had Vanuatu's best reggae band at the moment, Stand in the Earth Force. Obviously Jaga and Jamie Lee, they jumped on and did a track. And who am I missing? And Jarboy from Solomon Islands. Yeah, so we've released videos. We had Conqueror's video shot in Cuba, which was great, with Torn Parachute, a really good crew that work in PNG and Solomons in Australia. And yeah, so that's pretty much how the project works. We put it all together, try and market it well, and through all these other international artists, then hopefully it gets a bit of recognition for, you know, for instance, Jagger and Jarboy and our Melanesian artists.
Okay, so the future for Tuff Tumas, how do you see it?
Really positive. The main aims right now is to probably do less and more quality. You know, there's a bit of a tendency for everyone to just push out music, especially with younger Melanesian artists. They just want to get stuff out. I'd rather just focus on getting a really quality product out there, so that every time, you know, people are waiting for the song in anticipation, not like they get a whole bunch of songs and, oh, I don't mind that one, you know, just to try and lift up the standard. And hopefully that by me lifting up my standards, I'm pretty sure that it also helps the other artists to think, okay, I want to lift my standards. And so that's something that me and Jaga and Yunny and everyone that we work together, we try and do that. We just keep trying to bring up our standard.
So tough. I mean, it's so hard to say goodbye. So hard to say goodbye. It's so hard to leave the one you love. So hard to say goodbye. Right now I'm reminiscing all the sweet loving and the kissing and the smiles and caresses you be giving, but the lives we are living, baby, they are so unforgiving. You're always so far away. It breaks my heart to hear you cry on the phone at night. It's so hard to say goodbye.
I'm running away to a place that I've never been before. I'm moving, I feel so alive. Every stone now turns to clay. I cross the river, over the mountains, down to the valleys deep. I hear the voice of my people calling, calling back to me.
So, I mean, you're in PNG, and we have a lot of very quality PNG artists as well. We have Jokema, we have Naka Bloods, Nathan Nakikus, you know, people like that, artists like that who are, you know, popular in their own right. I mean, do you see a future working with them potentially?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to work with anyone. I've been in contact with quite a number of artists. Some of them are quite big, some of them are only small and up and coming, but you know, that doesn't really matter to me. I just want to make good music, so I'm more excited to work with an artist that interests me or who sounds unique and has a great voice as opposed to who they already are. That's not really that important. But yeah, there's some great artists here, and there's other people working sort of outside PNG as well. So people like Anselm, you know, he had his product prepared and that through Mangrove in New Caledonia. And sometimes, you know, that gives him an upper hand as well, just having those connections outside. And yeah.
All right. So what do you think about PNG music in general?
I love PNG music. Personally, I love the oldies. I love old songs. Like when I got my DJ face on, I love to play like a whole set of classic PNG songs because they're just the real psych-up songs, the songs that people love to, you know, you've got memories to those songs. With the newer music, I don't like all of it, but bits and pieces stand out. Obviously, I think that like Anselm's like right up there with his latest release. You know, it quite got my interest, and people like like Jokema, you know, he's obviously leading the way in thoughtful writing, marketing, everything. You know, obviously he presents a package when he does a song. It's not just about making a song, get his feelings out there, or. And obviously my favorite artist is Jagarizzar. But he's also one of my best mates, so I'm probably very biased.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go back to your family. You said you grew up in Vanuatu. You're living in Brisbane now. Obviously, music is it's full time. Is it full time for you, or is it part time?
It's part time. I work a day job, just like a lot of other people. The music industry in Australia is good, but unless you get right into the elite level, it's not the sort of thing you can just fall back on.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah. I live in Brisbane on my own, and I have a little girl. Her name's Savannah, and she's beautiful. She's actually part Vanuatu and Solomon Islands.
Oh, okay.
So she's my little Melanesian princess.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's like a big part of my life. You know, a big focus on what I do. I always, you know, try and make sure that it's leading somewhere that's going to help her, you know, as well.
Okay.
So yeah, and I love being in Brisbane. It's a great place. It's the closest thing you can be to home in Australia. Not so much because of the location or temperatures or anything, but just because the people are there. So yeah, it's great.
All right. So tell us, can we touch a little bit on your love life? Tell us a little bit about your love life.
Yeah, my love life's it's not really a love life at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have a love life right this very minute, but you know, I'm open to whatever. I'm just, to be honest, I'm just really trying to focus at the moment on music and family, and yeah, just having a good year in general, trying to keep Tuff Tumas growing and sort of, you know, heading in a good direction. And a couple other things that have really had me focused lately is, obviously you heard about Cyclone Pam in Vanuatu.
Yes.
So even music has had a bit of a break because we've been working every day in Brisbane on helping with relief efforts, getting aid back to Vanuatu.
So how was your family during that? Were they okay, or?
Yeah, family and friends, pretty much everyone in Vanuatu is okay. As you know, there was some casualties, but the place is devastated, and there's a lot of areas that will take, you know, a few years to get back on their feet. A lot of people still don't have water, still don't have any food, and it's not a good time. But and yes, that has nothing to do with my love life. maybe right now Vanuatu and helping it is my love life.
Okay. I mean, so I mean, you're helping out with the Cyclone Pam relief back in Australia. You're, you know, with Tuff Tumas. You seem like a really busy man. I mean, what do you do on your free time?
The good thing about having a passion for music and working in it is that it is your free time. Like when you do it, when you're involved in it, when I'm producing, whatever it is, that's like real happy time for me. I enjoy it, and it's relaxing and fulfilling. So yeah, outside of it, like I am like so into music. I probably need to spend less time in music.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like most Melanesians. I love my sport. I love to go and watch the sport, and just spend time with friends, and yeah.
What do you think about the SB Hunters?
I love the SB Hunters. We're not doing really good right now, but I go to a lot of the games. You know, everyone catches me at the games in Brisbane. I go as much as I can, and full support. You know, like that's our team. You know, and not just for PNG, but for Melanesians in general, or people connected to Melanesia. SB Hunters, that's what we've got. So we're all out there supporting, and we'll stick by them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Me get a girls them ball. Nah, no. Job boy, me I need in your love. Hold me tight, tight. Now letting go, I. How we hold me, na the night. Now letting go, yeah. Me a paralyze, yeah. She a me type, yeah, right type up for me, yeah. Come give me, girl. Give me some of your love, girl. Me and me need ya na me life, yeah. Squeeze me tighter, now letting go, yeah. Come give me, girl. Come give me some of them, sweet loving. I me tell ya, me really love it, loving it.
How many times do you go back to the islands in a year, or back to Vanuatu?
It really depends on the year. If I'm having a busy year with music and going to the islands, I probably go like 2 or 3 times. But to be honest, this is the first time I've travelled in about a year, because I've just been very busy in Brisbane. But this year's going to be interesting, because I won't be just here. I'm also going to Vanuatu soon, and I'm going to Solomon Islands soon. So sort of back into the swing of things.
Okay. So how about places like Fiji, New Caledonia? Will they be?
I have good connections with New Caledonia. I actually am affiliated with Mangrove Records.
Oh, okay.
And I do some distribution for them in Australia. So artists that work through Mangrove Records, like Anslom, DMP, people like One Talks when they were still doing stuff. But those sort of artists, I do quite a bit of work for them, promoting them in Australia on behalf of Mangrove. And Fiji, I haven't actually had much to do with, but I've got a fan base there as well. I get quite a lot of messages from people from Fiji. So yeah, I'd love to reach out to them, but it's all about time and focusing on individual targets, reaching them, and moving on. So yeah, sometime. That'd be great.
So as a music producer, as we mentioned about the PNG music scene as well as the Melanesian music scene, I mean, there's a lot of young artists, coming up, and they look up to people like you. I mean, what can you say to them, or, any advice that you can give to them as an established music producer?
I would like to say that obviously keep striving towards your goals, because you can reach them. And there's actually a lot of artists out there that are bigger artists that are quite willing to get involved and help you out. Don't be shy to reach out, because I found that happened to me a lot when I was starting out. That I approached artists that I thought maybe they wouldn't have any time for me, and then found out that they were quite happy to get involved, and your music is going to speak 1,000 words. So really work on your craft. And don't just sort of leave it at whatever level you just reach and go, okay, that's fine. Keep trying to improve it so you can present yourself, and that's the way you'll grow. You need to keep setting goals and to improve. And but yeah, definitely reach out to all of us. Reach out to me if you're an artist out there, and I'm sure I can help out, or maybe I can do something or give you some advice. Yeah.
In terms of international, reaching the international market, how do you think, just say a few words to them
Yeah, definitely. If you're an artist based in PNG, a great way to get your name out there, get your music out there, your message, is to try and link with other artists from other countries. It's a great idea. A few artists in PNG have been doing it already, like connecting with groups like Design and so forth. And even with me, you know, people have been reaching out to me. And yeah, I think that's the best thing you can do, is just try and meet these guys, message them on Facebook. You know, everyone's on Facebook these days, on social media. And if they have a listen to your track and they like it, you know, they might be happy to do something. And then all your fan bases connect, you know. So if my fan base is 100 people and I do a song with Spriggamek and his fan base is 100 people, well, now we've got 200 people. And we just keep going and going, you know, the more people get involved. So yeah, stay positive, work with everyone. Work as a family. Enough of this, all of these artist battles and, you know, this guy writes too much about this and this guy, you know, the more we work together, it just makes our music community and family stronger. Yeah.
Right now we're just going to go into the rapid fire round, and basically I'm just
Should I
going to
be worried?
No, you'll be all
Okay.
right. Let's see how he fares. But I'll just be asking you, you know, just a few questions, and you answer with the first word or first thing that pops into your head. Okay?
Okay, all
Just
right.
a few questions. Don't worry about it. Okay, so first things first, complete the sentence. My strength is my...
Daughter.
Okay. My inspiration is...
My mother.
Okay. My greatest... the one thing I lack in my life is...
Money.
Okay. My greatest possession is...
My integrity.
Okay. An idea that changed your life.
An idea that changed my life. Oh my goodness. I like to make my own ideas, you know, so I'm not big on other people's ideas.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I got nothing.
That's all right. So who is your, without being too biased, who is your favorite PNG artist?
My favorite PNG artist, without being too biased, it has to be Jagarizzar.
Okay.
I actually listen to him all the time. So.
Yeah, okay. An artist you have a crush on? Female, of course.
Also, I can't say Mozista.
No. It's up to you.
Okay, an artist I have a crush on. A female artist.
Oh, it can be a guy. I mean, Moses Tao is pretty
No,
pretty.
it was actually, I was kidding. A female artist I have a crush on would be Cecile, an artist from Jamaica.
Okay, all right. A product you would endorse?
A product I would endorse. Coke. I drink way too much Coke.
Okay. But would it be PNG made, Vanuatu?
Hey, I'm down for whatever.
All right, okay. A Pacific Islander you think is controversial and why?
Controversial.
Could be a politician, an artist, and
A Pacific Islander who is controversial. I'm really sorry. I need to think, you know. I don't like to get caught up in controversy, so...
okay, maybe we can avoid that for now then.
Okay.
A Papua New Guinean or an islander who you think is a mama's boy, an artist.
A mama's boy? Oh... Maybe B-Rad.
Okay, why is that?
Because he's got like all the swag in there, but he's a softie. Love you, B-Rad.
Okay. One thing that you have that your contemporaries don't?
I'm blessed because of my location. Yeah, because I'm in a country where it's easier for me to get things done.
True. An islander who you think needs a stylist?
A stylist? Justin Wellington. Justin needs a stylist. Justin, contact me, I'll hook you up.
All right. What would you find in the following people's bedroom? Jagarizzar, Jaboy, and B-Rad.
Okay. Jagarizzar's bedroom would be one of his 4 beautiful children at any time. B-Rad would be a set of keys because he's the key master. Like he's a legend.
Okay.
And Jaboy, you would find, man, what would Jaboy have in his bedroom? Probably his phone. He's probably just on his. You know, that's with him. That's not his bedroom. Ayo. Jabo's very like me, but there's not much in my bedroom. There's a bed, so
Okay.
I don't know. I got nothing for Ja. Sorry.
All right, that's fine. An unforgettable pickup line used on you or that you've used on somebody else?
You cook the rice, I bring the oxen palm.
Okay, why is that? Have you used it on them or they've used
Of
it?
course, that's my pickup line.
Yep. Why?
Hey, everybody loves oxen palm.
Okay, true. Has it
So
worked?
even if they don't like me, they just want the oxen palm. So I get in.
Has it worked though?
No,
Oh,
but they still ask for the oxen palm. Just like,
Alright.
no, you can stay, but
okay. And that's all we have. Tuff, thank you so much for coming up
it's
on the
alright. It
show.
was a pleasure to be here. Thanks so much.
And that was the very talented Tuff Tumas. More on Rendezvous with Leanne next time. Have a good evening.
I'm running